Friends, welcome to our today's session. In our previous session, we are discussing about some of the preliminary concepts of company law. Right? I had shown you how to visit to the website of Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and I have also shown you that how to go to Companies Act, how to refer to Companies Act, and we had covered Section 1. If you have remembered that we are talking about Companies Act, and we had seen that the Act is divided into various chapters. Is it not? Various chapters were there, and the chapters were divided into various sections. And we are learning about the chapter 1, first chapter. And first chapter you have seen, the name of the chapter was, what is the title of the chapter? Anybody, if anyone has remembered?
The title, extent,
Companies Act 2013.
Yeah, that is what you are talking about, title of section 1. The name of the chapter 1 was preliminary. Under that preliminary chapter, there were sections. Right? 2 sections were there.
Incorporation of company one.
Yeah, please tell me once again.
So incorporation of company one.
Incorporation of company.
I
You see, first section, first chapter, the name of the first chapter was preliminary. Under that preliminary chapter, there are 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. Section
Okay,
1
sir.
was talking about 3 things. Sorry, talking about 4 things. Okay, let me explain you. Let us understand once again the structure of the law. Earlier, I had told you that the Act is divided into various chapters. Okay, various chapters were there. And in that chapters, you can find out various sections. And in sections, there might be subsections, clauses, subclauses like this. And in your last class, previous class, we have studied or we have started the chapter 1. We started chapter 1. And chapter 1, the name of the chapter was preliminary. And this preliminary, we had seen 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. Section 1 talks about 4 things. One is, have you remembered? One is short title,
Title,
extent,
extent, commencement, and application.
commencement, and
Application.
applicability. Okay, or application. Okay, these are the 4 components there in the section 1. Is it visible to you? Are you able to see? And section 2 talks about what? What is section 2? Anyone?
definition,
Definition.
Definition.
Section 2
Definition.
will be about definition.
Definition.
Yeah. So friends, today what we'll do, we'll see this definition part and we'll be learning some of the concepts. Some of the concepts relating to company law we'll be learning. That is our plan for today. Let me then show you the provisions of section 2 first of all. Then we'll be seeing, then we'll go to other concepts. Give me a moment for that. I'll be sharing the website right now with you. You're able to see it? I have shared the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
As you already know, the website address is www.mca.gov.in. So inside that, I am taking you to first chapter. You can see it here. Let me cancel this appeal. You see acts and rules are there. Let me click there. You can find Companies Act is here. Okay, are you seeing it? You can find Companies Act 2013. You see chapter 1 is preliminary. Okay, chapter 2 is about incorporation. We'll be learning it later on. As you can see, preliminary chapter has got 2 sections: subtitle, extent, and commencement. This we had already covered in our previous session. Today we'll be talking about definition. So let us see. You see, this is how the definition looks like. Okay, this was notified on this date. This you can see it at the top. And if you see the definition, it is, you can find out a long list of items which are defined under this particular section. This particular section has got various clauses, and this section attempts to explain you various terms. So friends, practically if you see this section, there will hardly you can find anything to understand, but you might have to remember these terms, or you need to appreciate those terms so that you'll be able to understand the other provisions of company law, right? So things are defined. So for what is company, it is defined here. What is private company, it is defined here. Various terms are there. So what we'll do, we'll plan like this. I'll take you through the entire section, but we are not going to learn in detail. In appropriate time, we'll be learning all this definition, right? So just have a look at these provisions. Now you see, it talks about abridged prospectus. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, you see, section 2, clause 1 talks about abridged prospectus. Clause 2 talks about accounting standard. These are various terms which are defined. Are you watching it? Then what is the meaning of alter or alteration? Meaning of appellate tribunal. Are you seeing it? Is it visible to you? Meaning
Yes,
of
sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
articles.
Yes, sir.
You see, meaning of auditing standard. You see, all these words which are starting, or terms which are starting with A are defined here. Then it starts with B, banking company. Board
Very
of
alphabetical
directors.
in order.
Yeah, in alphabetical order it is there, so that you can easily find it out. You see, banking company, board of directors, we need to understand. We'll be learning in the appropriate time. Okay, board of director or board in relation to company means collective body of the directors of the company. What is the meaning of body corporate? You see, it has been explained here. Just have a look at the terms: book and paper, branch office, called of capital, right? So if you look at the capital structure of the company, you will find there is something called as authorized capital, something called as issued capital, something called as called up capital, something called as paid up capital. Okay, company has some authority to raise capital up to a particular limit. That is authorized capital. Suppose authorized capital is 10 lakh rupees. Within that, company may issue 8 lakh worth shares. Okay, authorized is 10 lakh, but issued is, let us say, 8 lakh. Out of this 8 lakh, maybe called off 6 lakh. Out of this called off, maybe paid off only 4 lakh. So like this capital structure of the company looks like that. We'll be learning all these things later on, but just understand there is something called as called up capital. What is the meaning of chartered accountant? What is the meaning of chief executive officer, CEO? What is the meaning of CFO? All these terms are, it is important. What is the meaning of company? I'll be explaining you later on separately. Just I'm showing you here how it looks like. Let us see the source. What is the meaning of company liquidator? It has been described here. Okay, you see, C terms are here. Quote means what? This has been described here. Okay, now you see it's a D, depository, derivatives, director, dividend documents are defined here. Then what is the meaning of employee, exports? Just have a look. These are the things. Then in F, financial institution. Financial statement is one important definition. So we need to understand that thing, this thing also. What is the meaning of financial statement? So financial statement includes all these things. This is the meaning of financial statement. When we will learning about accounting or auditing aspects of company, we'll be using this particular definition. Meaning of financial statement is, you see, balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow statement, statement of changes in equity, and explanatory notes. All these things are a part of financial statement. It has been explained here. Okay. What is the meaning of foreign company? You can find out the meaning. Okay, government company meaning is explained in clause 45, government company. What is the meaning of GDR? That is global depository receipts. that as I'll explain. Holding company, right? Issued capital, key management personnel called as KMP. This is the meaning of KMP. These people are called as key management personnel of a company. Listed company means also that has been explained here. Meaning of manager, you can find it out. Managing director. Meaning of net worth, that has been explained here. Notification. Like this, you see, so many terms are explained here. Okay. And practically, what I feel, you need not remember this thing, but you need to know how to refer it. If at a particular time you need to understand something, you need to understand what is the meaning of net worth. Then you can go through the provision. You can understand, okay, net worth means this. Okay. Are you able to see it? All these provisions are there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, whole-time director, winding off. Okay, so all these terms are explained. Okay, so again, once again, I repeat, there is no need to remember all these terms. The terms also keeps on changing from time to time. If you need the source, then appropriate time, you can refer to that. And what we will do, I will not teach you exactly the definition part. In appropriate time, when it is needed, I will be referring to that section. That will be better. Now let us learn some of the concepts of company. Let me take you to my PPT presentations. Let me show you the PPT files. This section 1 part was over. Today we'll start with this. Some of the basic concepts we'll be learning and some definitions also we'll be learning today. Right, let us understand some of the basic company. First of all, you see, we are talking about company. So you tell me, the word company is not new to you. Is it a new word? You might be listening these terms since your childhood. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, many times also we say this is manufactured by that company without knowing whether technically that's a company or not. Now also many people by mistake or may say, maybe out of ignorance, they call some partnership firms, other things that are called company. The word company is there means they think that is actually the company. What exactly is the meaning of the company? You need to understand. At concept level, first of all, we'll understand what is the meaning of the company. And to understand that thing, as you know, we have to refer to the definition part. First of all, let us refer to the definition. What is the meaning of the term company? Now you see, it is defined in section 2, clause 20. It says company means a company incorporated under this act or under previous company law. Last session I have told you what is the meaning of previous company law. So if a company is incorporated as a company under this law, that is Companies Act 2013, or under any earlier law, then that will be called as company. So very simple definition. If it is something which is not incorporated at a company, suppose some of you, let us say, opening a company. Okay, some of you, let us say XYZ and Co. If you have not incorporated it under Companies Act 2013, that is not company. It might be a proprietorship firm, it might be a partnership firm, unless it is incorporated under Companies Act 2013, or unless you are having that incorporation certificate, then it cannot be called as a company. Okay? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, so this is the basic concept we need to understand. Now, let us understand the nature of the company. Why people, all these things are important because that will give us some idea that why people are interested to form a company. First of all, if you see, it is an artificial person. What is the meaning of artificial person? Artificial person means it may behave like a person. Right? May behave like a person means suppose as a person, you can buy something, you can sell something, company can also do something. Company can hold property in its own name. Company can do some activities in its own name. Company can have a bank account in its own name. Right? So all these things are possible. Okay, friends, I request some of you, all of you, that please mute yourself. Friends, please mute yourself. Yeah. All all of you, please mute yourself. And when required, please unmute it. Okay, all of you are muted. When required, you can unmute. Yeah, Gyanasri, I request you to mute yourself. Okay, I'm muting it this time, but please, all of you, please manage to mute it. Yeah, friends, we are talking about nature of the company. First, we are talking about it's an artificial person. That means it will behave like a natural person. You can acquire property, take some decision, open bank accounts, all these things they can do, but they're artificial person. Many things which a natural person can do, company cannot do it. And the second nature is that it is created by a process of law. Meaning, you have to create a company by following law. Law has described how to incorporate a company, you have to follow that. And since it is created by law, law can only destroy it. If you want to close a company, then you have to follow the winding up process. After that, only company can be closed. Okay, company can sue, meaning company can fight a case. Company can file a case against someone. Can be sued also. If someone wants, they can also file a case against a company. So company can sue, company can be sued also. It can hold, acquire, sell, lease, mortgage, gift, transfer properties. All these things it can do. Right? Got it? Got some idea about basic nature of a company?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, let us understand some of the characteristics of the company. Before learning the legal part of it, we need to understand all these things. It may be related to many things, but which you already know. First of all, you see, first point, what is the first point? Can you tell me? Can some of you read it? Point 1.
Sir, voluntary association.
Voluntary association. When I say voluntary association, that means, friends, what does it mean? That means nobody can force you to form a company. It is your decision. Okay, the people who join together to form a company, we call them as a promoter or investor or shareholder, right? So it is voluntarily they plan to form a company. Okay, if they give the declaration that voluntarily they have decided to form a company. So it is a voluntary association. Okay,
Sir,
first point is,
sir, excuse me, sir. A single person cannot build a company.
yeah, there is a possibility of OPC, which is we call it as the one-person company. We'll be learning it technically. What is the meaning of this? Your answer I can give you yes as well as no. Okay,
So that would be
technically,
sole proprietorship.
no. Sole
Sir,
proprietorship is out of the purview of Companies Act. His question
Okay,
is that
sir,
can
got
we
it.
form
Got
a
it.
company? Can one individual, a single person, can form a company? I told
Yes,
answer is
yes,
no.
sir.
Answer is yes. Answer can be no. Technically yes. Why technically yes? Because you see, there is a concept of OPC, one-person company, one can form it. But to form that company also, you need a nominee, right? In case suppose you want to form a company or somebody wants to form a company, he has to nominate some other person so that in case of death of that person, some other person can be held responsible for that, right? So even if it is technically one-person
Yes, sir.
company, you need to name one more person. Understood? So we'll be learning that concept when I'll be teaching you various types of company. At that time, you will be getting more clarity that is it practically possible to form a company with one person or not.
Okay, okay.
So right now, I think doubt is clear.
Yes, sir.
Technically, yes.
Yes, sir.
Technically, yes. Right. So yes, friends. So the first characteristics you have understood is a voluntary association. Second point is what? Can you read the second point?
Incorporated association.
Incorporated association. Incorporated means it is registered. Okay, it is formally registered. This is called as registration certificate. Company gets a certificate which is called as registration certificate. It is incorporated. Law shows or law gives us a certificate that this company has been incorporated with effect from this date. Okay, have you ever seen an company's incorporation certificate? Anybody has seen it?
Yes, sir.
Right. So for the benefit of others, I am trying to show an incorporation certificate. I am searching it. Just give me 1 second. I will be showing you so that you'll have some idea. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I got it. I can show the latest certificate, recent certificate. I will show you. It's still opening. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, it is open now. I'm going to share the screen with you. Just a second. Yeah. Are you able to see a certificate?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can
Yes,
you
sir.
read? You see, Ministry of Corporate Affairs,
Yes.
Central Registration Center has given this certificate. This is called what? Certificate of
Incorporation.
Incorporation. You can see, you see, it is certified that so and so company is incorporated on this day of January 2021. And this is the company's birth certificate. You can see, company is born on this day. This is called as CIN. What is the company's identification number? You see, CIN of this company is this. Okay, this is the CIN. PAN is this. TAN is this. Okay, this given under my hand on this date. Oh, this you see, Deputy Registrar of Companies has signed it digitally. Digital signature is there, and this certificate is issued. And this is the address of this company. Understood? This is called a registered certificate. So therefore, company is incorporated by law. Is it not? If you
Sir,
want,
one question. Sir, one question.
yeah, please
Sir,
ask.
Sir, is it like this certificate of incorporation? Is it mean the particular company need to renew it? Yeah, it is for a particular period,
No.
sir.
It is unless your company is closed, company is liquidated. This is a permanent certificate.
Okay, sir.
It is a permanent certificate. No, there is no need to renew it. Okay, just like your birth certificate.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So, do you want to renew your birth certificate?
No,
No.
sir.
No, exactly same thing. Same thing. It is the company's birth certificate. Is it clear to you? So when I say
Yes, sir.
company is an incorporated body, you have seen the certificate of incorporation. So law has created it. Law has incorporated it.
Saudi.
Okay. Got
Yes,
it,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
friends? Now you understood incorporators. Second is it an artificial legal person. You know, it is not a natural person. Okay, let us say company commits a crime. Can you send company to jail? Can you say no? You'll be sent to jail. Can you arrest a company?
No, sir.
No, because it's an artificial person. It's not a natural person.
What is it?
It's a person. Many things it can do, but there are many things which it cannot do. It's a legal person. Law recognizes it as a person, but it's not a natural person. Okay, in the eyes of law, it is a person, but you cannot act like a natural person. This is the meaning of artificial person. Yeah. Now, one more concept, very important concept here is that point number 4. Can you read what is point number 4?
It's legal entity.
Yeah, separate legal entity. That means company and its company's owners are separate. This is a very important concept we need to understand in depth. So I'll be explaining you once again. But at this level, briefly, let me tell you, you have to understand the company is different and the person behind the company are different. Okay, they're two different entities. So you cannot say the company, this is his company, like this, you cannot say. Company is different and the company's person are different. Okay, suppose you take that example of Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited. It's different from Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, company is different and the person is different. Okay, this thing you keep in mind. I will be elaborating this particular concept later on because that is an important concept. Is it clear? Point number 4.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Somewhat.
Point number 5 is about perpetual existence. As our friend was asking now whether I have to renew the certificate forever. Answer is no. Company exists perpetually, meaning forever. Right? Even if, let us say, all the directors die or all the shareholders die, still company is alive. Okay, still company is alive. Law has created this. Law can only close it. Law can only, let us say, kill it. Okay, so therefore it is said company has got perpetual existence unless it is closed by law. If lawfully you can dissolve it, but otherwise it is not going to be dissolved. You might have heard earlier, sometimes some year back, government at a single stroke strike out various, so many companies, 1 lakh or 2 lakh of companies are striked out at a single decision. Government have done it, you know it or not? Have you heard of? That means law has killed that company. There are many companies which are
Yes,
not
yes.
operating, not complying the laws and regulations. So government took a decision to kill that company. Otherwise, they are existing. So law can kill it. Okay. Next concept is a concept of common seal. Just like company is like a artificial legal person. Is it not? Artificial legal person means just like legal person has to sign in some decision. Company has also to sign, put the signature. Is it not? How
Yes,
a
sir.
company can put signature? Company has got a seal. That is called common seal.
Digital.
That common seal has to be applied. When the company signature is required, common seal has to be applied. Suppose company will give you share certificate. It has to put the common seal. Right. If you read the section 9 of the Companies Act, it says for these activities, common seal is required. But however, subsequently one amendment came in the year 2015. It made that concept optional. If the company wants, it can keep a common seal. Otherwise, common seal is not required. So it depends upon the internal rules of the organization. It depends upon what kind of clause it is having in its articles of association, whether common seal is required or not. That's why I say law is dynamic. Because earlier it was a requirement, but now it is an option. You can have a common seal. If you want, you can keep a common seal, or you can also manage without common seal also. Let me show you a picture of common seal so that you can understand. Yeah, this is how common seal looks like. Are you seeing it? This instrument.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
If you press a put a paper here and press it, then company's name will be embossed like this. This is called as common seal.
Sir, one doubt.
Yeah, please ask.
Sir, if common seal would not be there, then how about authenticity, sir?
Then directors will sign it on behalf of the company. Here also director has to sign. But they, in addition to that, if there is a requirement, then they have to put common seal.
Sir, facsimile will also be there.
Facsimile?
Facsimile signature, sir.
Sorry?
It's a facsimile signature, Jota.
What is that?
Sir, behalf of signature, sir, if the director is not present, then in case in his absence, a facsimile signature is be.
No,
will
if
be
you are talking
treated as
about
its-
you are pasting a signature, then that is not clear. Let us
Yes,
say you
sir.
are.
That is mandatory.
Sir, facsimile signature is just a copy signature.
Then that is not a
printed
signature. You have to
That is
sign
not-
it. You have to sign it. I can show you a common seal. Common seal is different. Just give me 1 second. I got it. Got it? Let me try to show you. Are you seeing this instrument?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a common share. Suppose this is a company paper I am showing you. Are you seeing? Suppose I
Yes,
want to put the common seal. Just watch it. I'm putting it here. Okay. In this paper, if I press hard like this,
These common seal and stamp are different.
yeah, rubber seal is different. This is a common seal is different. Common seal is a metal seal. Are you able to see it? It may not be that clear, but it is embossed.
Sir, it's visible, sir.
Yes.
Visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, normally what happens in hello.
Yeah. This is the common seal.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me this.
Sir, normally in a payment in the bank, in the payment in the check, so bankers are advised to put a seal or that maybe proprietorship stamp
That
or
is a
the.
rubber stamp you put. That is not the common seal. That is a rubber stamp you put to authenticate. That's not common seal.
So why then bankers are insisting to put a seal? Without seal, they are not
That
paying
is,
the
we
customers
call
money.
it as a seal. Okay. And common seal is different. Common seal means the company itself has signed. Signature of the company is put through common seal. Okay.
Sir,
What
is
we
a
are
common
signing,
seal-
company is not signing. There are some authorized person is signing. And to ensure authenticity of that thing, bankers are insisting that you put a seal there. But that is not necessary. That's not necessary.
Okay. But sir, is the common seal without the directors or some authorized person signature is valid?
No. Common seal has to be authorized.
Okay.
Okay. Signature of director is different, signature of company is different. So when the company is signing, common seal has to be put through a resolution. The resolution has been passed and common seal is put. After that only it is valid. Common seal cannot be put just like that.
But sir, common seal with the authorized signature is only valid.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes if only authorized signature is present or but common seal is absent, is that a valid document?
It depends. You see, common seal is not required in every transaction. Suppose our friend was asking in the bank, we put a seal. That's not
Okay.
common seal. You
But
put a
authorized
seal.
signature is required for every transaction.
Now it depends. Authorized signature is required for certain transactions. Okay, you see, maybe bank is insisting you put this person's signature. Some other document, maybe you give power of attorney to somebody else may sign. It varies. So we cannot draw a general conclusion that seal is required or seal is not required. But in certain transactions, it depends upon the article of association of the company where common seal is required. Where common seal is required, common seal has to be put. Without common seal, that will not be valid. For example, you try to take a bank loan in the name of the company, and if your article permits to use of common seal, you cannot take it without company seal. Banker will first tell you that you first make a common seal if you don't have. After that, only loan will be sanctioned. Okay, because in bank loan document, they will not accept your rubber stamp. They will accept common seal. Right? But
Okay.
check you are signing with rubber stamp. That's a different thing. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Clear. Now, friends, one next characteristics of the company is that limited liability. That means the liability of the shareholders are limited. We'll be understanding that concept also. The company may be, the liability of the company may be limited, and liability of the shareholders of the company may be limited, or you can say company may be incorporated as a limited liability company, or it can be limited by guarantee. This concept of limited liability, I'll be explaining you separately when we will be again talking about various types of the company. Okay, we'll be learning subsequently various types of the company. At that time, I will be explaining you the concept of limited liability. At this stage, you understand. Suppose you are a shareholder. Suppose you have acquired 10 shares of rupees 100 is. That is total. You have to pay 1,000. Is it not? 10 shares of rupees 100 is. So you have to pay 1,000. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this concept is that your liability is limited to 1,000. Company cannot ask you beyond that. Maximum amount which company can ask you is 1,000. Suppose you have paid 500, company can ask you another 500. If you have paid 800, company can ask you 200. But you have paid 1000, then company cannot ask you because your liability is limited. Okay, and it can be limited by shares or limited by guarantees. That concept we'll be learning separately. But did you broadly understand the concept of limited liability? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, understood.
One question.
That is why we say all companies in the end of the name you can find so and so limited or so and so private limited. That means the liability.
One
of the
question, sir.
Yeah, please ask your question.
Sir, normally if we talk about suppose Axis Bank, it is written as Axis Bank Limited or ICICI Bank Limited.
Yes.
But when we talk about some suppose Central Bank, it is not written as Central Bank Limited. So what is the difference?
Yeah, that concept also I'll be talking about. Okay, so there are certain situations when company can be incorporated without the use of the word limited. Right? So there are certain companies which are incorporated under some specific laws or in some specific type of the company for specific purpose they can be formed and they can be incorporated without using the word limited, but they're still companies. Okay, the most of the example what you are talking about, most of them are incorporated under some special act. Okay,
like
State Bank of India, there is a State Bank of India Act for that.
Okay, like Central Bank, it is for the banking regulation.
Suppose we are talking about some, suppose OFFC, there is a OSFC, there is a special act for that, right? So otherwise also there are many companies which are for charitable purposes, so they don't use the word limited because they are specifically permitted to incorporate a company without use of the word limited, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, next concept is that shares are transferable. In case of company shares, they are freely transferable. That means if you don't want, you can transfer your shares. Transfer your shares. Okay. It is very simple, very easy process to transfer the shares. Okay. If you want at any point of time, you can endorse your share certificates. It can be done. Just give me a second. Give me a sec. No, demat account, you are again coming to listed companies. The question of dematerialization will come when it's a listed company. It's not necessary. You see, you are seeing so many companies around you. How many of them are listed?
No, sir. Without listing, can a company issue shares?
Yeah, company can issue shares. Every company can issue shares. Listing is a different thing. We'll be learning that concept. So, dematerialization of share will come only when company is listed. But with then I will do one thing. I'll show you some unlisted companies share. You can understand how it will be transferred. Just give me 1 second.
ପବିତ୍ର
हाँ भाई କୁହ
ମାନେ कंपनी जदि लिस्टेड नथिबो से शेयर इश्यू कर परिबो किंतु मार्केट रे माने से तार शेयर उडा खाली तार प्रमोटर किनिबे
Yeah, you see.
हाँ सेटा तो प्रेफरेंशियल शेयर हो कि ये शेयर हो
Yeah, friends,
preferential share
whatever query you are having, please feel free to directly asking me. So
private preferential share.
Okay. Now what I am showing you, you see this is share certificate of a particular company. Are you able to see? Whatever may be the company. So you see, this is share certificate. It can be transferred. How it can be transferred? Very easily. In the back of the share certificate, you can find out the endorsement form. It talks about the history of transfer.
Endorsement.
Okay, comfortably one can transfer share certificates. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is very easy. So company, but listing is a different thing. First, companies should have a fair share certificate at some shares. It is company may decide to get it listed. Company may decide not to get it listed. But whatever may be the situation, whether listing is there or not there, shares are always transferable. The shares of the company are always transferable. Any query you are having, ask me at this stage about transferability.
Like a private placement and preferential issues.
You see, private placements are not about transfer. You are issuing shares to someone. Okay, please don't get confused. That's why I'm insisting. Any query you are having, please straightway ask me. You will get the answer. Okay, private placement is different. Private placement, what is that? Company is issuing privately placing some shares. Here we are not talking about transfer. Okay, let us say after that issue, if you are transferring, question is it transferable or not? Yes, it is transferable.
Yes. So before listing also it can be transferable.
Yes, always it is transferable.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's always transferable. Therefore, when we are learning these characteristics of the company, we are learning that shares are transferable. Next is company that means separate property, meaning the properties which are owned by company, they are not shareholders' property. Company is capable of owning, enjoying, and disposing of its own property. Company's properties are different, shareholders' properties are different. Is it clear to you? Separate property. Is it clear? Okay.
Sir,
Next
hello,
is,
sir.
yeah, please ask your question.
Sir, excuse me, one question for the transferable shares.
Yeah, please ask.
Sir, actually, when a company is formed,
Yeah.
so before listing,
Yeah.
so without issuing a share, how someone can transfer a share to other person? So before transferring
When
a
you
share,
talk about transfer means somebody is the owner, he is transferring.
to whom, sir, he is transferring?
Person who is buying that share.
So when the person,
You please repeat
so
your
when,
question once again.
sir, now company is newly formed.
Company is newly formed. Okay. When it
Yes.
is formed, shares are issued. You are saying company is formed. When you have formed the company, you have issued the shares. No? People have
To
subscribed
whom
those
we are
shares.
issuing the share? Sir, to whom we are issuing the share without listing?
People who have formed the company, you'll be learning
Yes, sir.
that when I'll be teaching you the concept of memorandum of association, you'll be seeing there is a
Yes,
clause
sir.
called as capital clause. There you have to
Yes,
clearly written that capital is subscribed by these people. They have acquired these
Yes,
many
sir.
shares. So when the
Yes.
company is formed, shares are acquired.
So company was normally, what I have read in an article, when company requires some capital, either it may be required by the form of equity or the form of debt.
Right? 100% right? Now it is
So
the
when
capital,
company
equity capital.
when
Later on, you may issue further equity or further debt.
debt. So when company starts for raising the capital through the equities, then only the company issues shares.
Yeah. So your point is that if the company needs equity, it can issue shares. It can further issue
Shares.
shares. Yes.
So
Yes,
when
sir, I would
company
like
issues,
to clarify.
so when the company issues shares to so many persons, then among them the shares are transferable.
Not necessarily among them.
Sir, I'd like to
It can be
interrupt.
transferred to outsiders also.
Hello?
So actually, I don't understand what is actually happening here, sir.
Sir, I would like to
So
explain,
how
Pavitra.
that would come, sir?
Pavitra, that only in share market the share can be issued. It is not like that.
I am not saying that. I am saying the company for the delisting company, which company has not listed. I am talking about those
First of all,
companies.
friends, please listen to me one thing. Shares are not issued in share market. Please remove
Yes,
this
sir.
thing from your market. Shares are traded in share market. There is a difference between share
Yes.
issue and share trading. Okay. So shares only company can issue.
No, sir. Actually, what you have sold to us that a company's form and the backside is the endorsement form.
Yes. When company is
Yes,
formed, shares are already
Yeah.
issued. Shares are already issued. Right?
To whom the shares are already issued?
People who have formed the company. Suppose you want to form a company, you and your friends
Yes.
want to form a company, you will be acquiring the
Yes,
shares,
sir.
then only you will be forming the company. Is it okay now?
So after acquiring the shares, the company formed, or after forming the company, shares are acquired?
Initially, share acquisition is a part of company formation process. When you form the company, you have to say that what is your share capital, how the shares are subscribed.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Is it okay now? So let us close that discussion. Is it clear to you or still some query? You see, friends, we are still at the very basic stage. So please get all your queries clarified. whatever may be the query, get it clarified. Is it clear to you when you talk about transferability of the shares?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
See,
sir.
let me repeat that concept. When company is formed, shares are issued. After that, additional shares can be issued or may be issued, may not be issued. But once shares are issued, that can be transferred. And shares are always issued by the company. Okay, shares are not issued in the share market. These shares which are issued, they can be enlisted and can be traded in share market.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, friends, the 10th concept, the 10th characteristic of the company is that delegated management. Meaning how company runs, company is operated through delegated management. You know, the board of directors that takes all these management decisions. Right. So powers, shareholders delegate their powers. Shareholders, in fact, authorize the board of directors to manage the company. So company is run through delegated management. Is these points are clear to you? Did you understand this concept? Okay, friends, I once again request you, all of you, please take care to mute yourself. Okay, friends, all are muted. You see, I will be compelled to mute all of you in case you don't mute yourself. Now, friends, today's session we are closing here. We'll catch up with someone new concept. Still, some concepts are need to be understood. So we'll be continuing with it in the next class. And in case you get some more queries, don't worry, keep that queries and keep on asking me those queries. I'll be addressing each and every query.
Okay.
Okay, friends.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.